Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It is November 11th 2025, so we've got 11-11-9 Alpha Omega. I love days like this. So there's been this weird little energy. It reminds me of when I was younger. It's like there was this little agitation, kind of, that just wants to, piss somebody off. And it reminded me of my youth, when I still had anger issues, and how this little twinge kind of a thing would arise in me. And I practiced it when I was younger, because I was given in full-fledged to all that I felt. But just now I recognized it, and I was like, oh, this is really subtle, out of nowhere. And I'm like, this reminds me of back when, and I would full-blown go into it with all of this raging energy that I used to carry. Hyper active I was. But now that I'm older, I noticed this little twinge, and I was ranting a little bit in my mind. I was kind of going off a little bit about, relationships, and this little scenario that we find ourselves in. And I was getting a little upset, and then I thought, wow, you know what? I think I'm having a witchcraft attack. Because I don't typically rant inside of my head about these kinds of things. It just is. It was what it was, and it is what it is, and it will be what it will be. And there's no reason to get upset about it. But sometimes you get that little, inside, that kind of wants to drive through you, and then out your mouth, and then into somebody or the world, or hollering or something. So you may have felt that yourself. It's very, very subtle. And it's like there's like I can picture it. When I picture it, it's like a little cone, like a little incense cone, but it's got ridges, kind of like a little drill, and it's like a hand drill or something. And it's like somebody's just like right in the medulla oblongata or something, and then kind of trying to drive it right through the mouth, and get you to like piss somebody off. So anyway, I thought that I'd share that with you, because it was an observation that I was making in relation to a period of life where I actually fed into it all the way. Nowadays, I just get to observe it and then share the observation with you. So Thanks for being here, everybody. As I mentioned, it is 11/11/2025, which is 9, so Alpha Omega 11119. And things are ending, things are beginning. People are going on their way out. They're upset. They're still, you know, it's a habitual pattern doing this kind of thing into people's control center, their medulla oblongata, kind of pushing that. That's how I envisioned it just now. So maybe that's how they do it. I don't know. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. It seems that we got some well, people are very upset. They're upset about this Empress. They haven't gotten anything from this Empress, and she's moving on. She's leaving them behind because of all the illusions that they were casting over her. And yeah, they're in regret because they failed whatever it was that they were trying to do to this Empress. And so now they're trying to drive this stuff into her, like drill it right into the, that's the sensation I'm getting for somebody out there. It's like they're trying to push it right into the medulla oblongata and then force it to come out the mouth. Agitation. Be aware of that. So in the central energy for the collective, what do we got going on with this agitation? It's like we got some negative energies that are on their way out. They're upset. Yeah, they're upset because this is a completion of the cycle. They're upset because there is a separation occurring. Now, a few nights back, Divine Masculine was, you know, they've been on this curator telling them to back off, you know, to that the connection, the position, it's not theirs. They, you know, somebody else has been nominated and is in the role, and he's been fighting it. He's really angry, but it is the completion of a cycle. People are real upset. A successful ending. They are still saying that this Empress, that they're gonna, they're telling each other to be patient, that, you know, they're gonna wait for her to get established in her role, and then they're gonna obtain her and flip and copycat her is what their plan is, and then just harvest the energy, dress up in it, and do the same that they did last time. So, because they're really upset that she didn't give them anything and is leaving them behind. Look, the Emperor is right here too. The Emperor is right here too, and they are lighting fire on these people. Stuff is happening. So, okay, so this is a completion of a cycle, a successful ending. They're real mad. They're still trying to drive things into people. We've got the 10 of Cups. So this is the challenge, and this driven thing, this thing they're trying to, it's like a cone, like a hand drill with a point on it, and they're trying to drill it into the medulla oblongata, this this memory, or this betrayal, you know, from the opposite sex, or whatever it is that you love, you know, like this, you might have had betrayal or some kind of circumstances where it was fake love, you know, with the intention to do you harm, and you may have discovered too late. So these kinds of things, and it's like they're got this hand drill, and they're like trying to twist it in. Now in the mental body, it's like it was being driven right into my telepathic connections. It's like they were trying to get me to piss off somebody out there who perhaps is supporting me. This 10 of Cups, maybe. Anyhow, this is what I'm picking up for somebody, whether it be me or somebody else. Please take it as it resonates. These are just the feelings, the sensations, and such that I'm getting. So Yeah, it's a completion of a cycle, a successful ending. We've got the in the challenge position, the 10 of Cups. You got it, so you need to get reunited. Now needs to be a coming together so that it ceases to be this kind of a fragmented dream, you know? You got 1 foot in spirit, 1 foot in the 3D. Like it's like you're in both places at the same times, if not more. And so it might be difficult to kind of like bring it all in, you know, and I guess we're working on that. In the subconscious, 4 of Swords, recuperation and healing, taking a break, man. You got to recover, make plans for the future, decide what it is you want, decide what you know, what have you discovered about yourself? Where are you sitting right now regarding the whatever, the condition of your spirit and your soul, the traumas or happiness that is there, anything that may need to be worked on or settled before you enter into this new adventure, so that you're not dragging it in with you. Like when these things come up that I was just talking about, it's like to recognize it right as soon as it happens. And that's what I was thinking. I thought, wow, so I'm having like a magic attack, and it's trying to get me to piss somebody off. And it seemed as though it was directed toward my protectors, my helpers, who are masculine. And you know, it was kind of like that, like driving it in and then out. And then I was kind of getting mad because then the whole world, you know, the whole species of human become the same. The problem with that is that, you know, there are different species having a human experience, and not everybody is actual Homo sapiens. So star child, sun child, original human. In the recent past, Five of Wands in the reverse. So battle fatigue. Competition is over. Competition is over. Now all they really have is a desire and some effort at causing you, someone out there, me, somebody, to damage the spiritual connections that are about ready to manifest. Intentions, expectations. So battle fatigue, resolution, magician. They want to come together with this magician. They want to collaborate. They're tired. They're fatigued. You're too potent. Your willpower is too strong. Whatever your intention is for your life is messing up their fantasy for it. In the near future, Eight of Cups, failed attempts. They weren't able to beat you. Now they want to join forces. They want to collaborate with you. This is a failure. Like, they got to find a new path. There is abandonment. They got to leave the territory. They're disappointed. It's like there's exodus. There's an exodus occurring. There's a very big masculine energy that has their own ideas about what kind of life form they want on the planet. problem is that Divine Feminine has the rainbow covenant with the Most High God and is a dignitary, a magistrate, a being of love here with high morals and ethics, looking to stop a whole bunch of stuff that was hurting her family. She's really upset because they tried to exterminate her family, and it was very, very cruel. And so we got a lot of folks out there that are objecting to what she's doing, but it's not her. She's the voice, right? The representative, the one receiving the messages divine and then bringing it into the world. It's like the messenger. And okay, so the lens is being looked through. Knight of Swords. So they failed in their attempt. They might be trying to play hero. In the environment, we've got the Six of Swords. Moving away. You're moving away from the trauma. You're leaving it behind. You're getting rid of that backpack full of rocks. You're moving away from the trauma. Somebody's having a tower because of it. Because you're out of here. Hopes and fears. King of Wands. Oh, King of Wands has a team. So somebody might be afraid of this. Well, King of Wands came out first. He's first. So we've got a natural leader. He's got a team there of apprentices. Outgoing energy, please. High Priestess. The High Priestess. So we've got the Empress, High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups. So she's love. She is love. She is high moral, high ethical, divinely connected to Source. She's got all of this beautiful gnosis. These guys really did a number on you, divine feminines, for sure. And the divine masculines, because the prize is here. This is the prize. Manifestation. You get control of this. Man, you get control of this. Well, last cycle, the devil had control of it, or those who considered themselves such. Temperance energy. High Priestess, Ace of Cups, Temperance energy. She's balanced. She's loving. She's overflowing with love. She's overflowing with temperance energy. She's healing. Somebody's in a tower. There's sudden upheaval here because they're leaving, because there's a leaving. So there's a completion of the crazy drama. It's a successful ending for crazy drama, for these rabbit hole adventures. We've got the Ten of Cups here, a happy reunion, divine love. And we've got flighty, anxiety, happy endings. Not knowing what they're going to do next causes you anxiety. Somebody in this crazy drama or in this rabbit hole may be feeling anxious because it's the end. You're healing with the Four of Swords here. You're healing from this rough road, this rough and rocky road. Somebody's coming to a resolution. Somebody's got battle fatigue. They're struggling. There's some suppressed emotion. Magician here. Lost. A magician has lost. They're in an Eight of Cups energy. Childish. Failed attempt. They got to find a new path. They're being childish. Knight of Swords. Somebody wants to play hero. Or maybe you're impatient about leaving. Somebody may be trying to play hero. They're taking direct action. You are leaving. This Knight of Swords might be somebody on the King of Wands apprenticeship team. Being very assertive regarding this leaving. Six of Swords. So this could be a guard, a protector. This could be somebody, an actual hero, keeping these childish people away from this High Priestess. So yeah, the Six of Swords. There's a transition here. You're moving away from this trauma. Moving away from the trauma. And we've got going under, drowning. Well, you know, this isn't so good. I mean, somebody might be actually in a boat going under. So you can read it like that because that's pretty obvious. Or it could just be that you're moving away. You're transitioning away from this trauma. And that means that some other folks are barely keeping it afloat. They could be in fear of this King of Wands, this natural leader and his team of people. Oh, but we got conquest. Just another notch in the headboard. So is this King of Wands a natural leader? Is this the King of Wands that was teaching people to do the just another notch in the headboard? You're leaving, or maybe they have to leave. They're in a sinking ship. They're in a sinking boat. Their boat is going under. They got a sinking ship. There's drowning. King of Wands is a natural leader. But we've got a team of apprentices here with the Three of Pentacles. And then we've got conquest, just another notch in the headboard. We're going to get more clarification on that. High Priestess is here. So she's connected to Source. She's got her Ace of Cups is flowing over. New love. Temperance energy, balanced. So the High Priestess is here. She's got this sacred energy. And we got crumbling. You have the strength to build anew. So whatever it is that's crumbling, this whole thing, this magician, this lost, whatever they built on stolen vitality, it's like it's crumbling. And so it says, what you've built feels like it's falling apart. It's okay. You have the strength to build anew. So whatever these guys are destroying or whatever is crumbling here, it wasn't really a solid foundation anyway. We've got escape. Many flames. This high priestess may have helped many flames, many stars and suns escape. Diamonds that were tangled up in this web, that had their life torn to pieces. Somebody broke their promise. Maybe that's it. We got forgiving. So somebody wants forgiveness. Maybe there is forgiving. Escape many flames. Crumbling. So it could be that we got crumbling. Something's falling apart for those who were using love as an escape route. These many flames. Making life hard for diamonds by tangling them up. This high priestess could be dealing with that. We got a tower right here. So there's a tower. Folks are in a tower. These childish people are in a tower. This is the completion of crazy drama rabbit hole stuff. And somebody's feeling broken and shattered about it. It's done. It's over. It's like they're still trying to drive. They're trying to drive a wedge between you and your kingdom spouse, or whoever it is that's in the 5D with you, or wherever it is you're going, High Priestess, Temperance Angel, with your cup of love. Your 10 of Cups is right here. Beautiful marriage and love. And you got this person here. There's a feminine on the card, so take it as it resonates. But they're feeling broken and shattered about the situation. They're full of anxiety regarding your marriage, High Priestess. You're an Earth Angel. There's a marriage here for you. And this is the completion of the crazy drama with this psycho trying to compete with you. Chaser doesn't want to chase anymore. They don't want to chase anymore. They're having anxiety regarding your marriage. 4 of Swords, you're making, so this card just kind of tipped out. It's time. Excuse me. You are healing and recuperating from a very rough road. These people were making it very difficult for you. Hope. You never gave up on this beautiful union. They're still, though, they're trying to drive a wedge between you and your telepathy or in your energy. When I feel something like that, it really helps me to sit down and read the cards, because then I can see kind of what's going on. We got the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So somebody's fatigued. They could be suppressing their emotions. They're struggling. They don't feel like they're being supported. They're overwhelmed. They're feeling drained. They're stressed out. This magician lost. A magician lost. A magician lost, and they're getting what they gave. Reciprocation. Whatever they put out is coming back on them. Equal give and take. They gave you all this hardship, and now they're going to receive a whole bunch of hardship. They were lying about all of those many flames. So we got disappointment. They failed. They're being childish. They're not satisfied with the way things are going, or the way things were going. Knight of Swords here, impatient, taking direct action. He could be being assertive. He's protecting perhaps this High Priestess who's leaving. We've got unfinished business here. He could be somebody that is going. Maybe he wants to play hero because he's in this sinking ship, going under. They're drowning. They're in disagreement. They think you should understand how they feel. So somebody's in a sinking ship. Now, this Knight of Swords could be playing hero and protecting this High Priestess, or it could be that he's just wanting to take direct action because you're leaving. And he's like, oh, no, you don't. We got unfinished business. King of Wands is here, a natural leader. He's got a team of apprentices regarding this conquest, just another notch in the headboard kind of thing. Intimate connection. Actions speak louder than words. And we've got sabotage. So they sabotage themselves. This King of Wands and his team of apprentices sabotage themselves by hit it and quit it. High Priestess is there, divinely connected to Source. Ace of Cups, love. And we've got the Temperance here. Perfect harmony and crumbling. Like, has the strength to build anew. Whatever was built. So, and we've got detachment in the reverse. So what is in the process of crumbling because they were not able to detach this High Priestess, Earth Angel, from her sacred connections with Source, with the Most High God. And there's a new chapter. They could not separate her from Source, from God. And so there's no detachment. This love is there no matter what they say, no matter what they do. It's always there. And so everything is crumbling because this High Priestess stayed in Temperance energy, full with her love cup running over. Even if she was only pouring that into herself or, you know, her home environment or whatever that is. All the nastiness is falling apart, but it's okay because she's building something new with love. Yeah, they were not able to detach her. This third party is in regret. They wish it had never happened. This is an unexpected outcome. They could be in solitary confinement. They might be forced to stay alone. Maybe they're no longer able to get into this High Priestess's energy. They were neglecting people, chasing after, daydreaming about this High Priestess's destined path. They're running away. Running away. Because the connection, the heart connection with this High Priestess she's been reunited with her person, with her family. These guys who are going after the money made some mistakes. They want forgiveness for these habitual patterns that they do to irreplaceable, loving people, damaging commitments. No. I mean, you know, I really feel like society is at a point like, all right, God, you know, if you don't do anything about this, then I guess we're just going to fizzle out because, I mean, if this is all there is, I'm going to spend the rest of my life being happy with dogs, to be quite honest, because I don't want to deal with this. Are you kidding me? I don't want to deal with that. This does not look like a good time to me. No thanks. I'm not buying into it. I'd rather pick up dog poop. I'm not even kidding. I like to keep my stuff, you know, I don't like this kind of stuff. So anyway, there is a completion. The World card is here. It's an end of crazy drama and rabbit hole diving. Somebody's feeling shattered about this situation. This lady here is all upset. She's all upset because you're at peace. She's shattered and upset because you are at peace. Remember I was telling you at the beginning how it felt like somebody was like hand pressing this the cone thing into the medulla oblongata, trying to force words and thoughts, like, you know, to separate this 10 of cups, this reunion. It's like they're trying to create, is it dissidence? 10 of cups, happy reunion. And this broken and shattered person there is feeling anxious. It might be you're a little anxious. You might be feeling a little anxious. Finding a love you can count on. The chaser doesn't want to chase anymore, so congratulations. The chaser isn't chasing you anymore. They don't want to chase after you. They're having some anxiety because you found love that you can count on. Oh, you found love you can count on. They're having anxiety because you got a 10 of cups, divine love, and it's a love you can count on. So they don't want to chase you anymore because they might have experienced some unsavory circumstances coming after you. There's hospitality here. You might be being congratulated. And you've got the 4 of Swords. It's time to take a break. It's time to heal from this rocky road. You never gave up hope of faithful, loyal union. Inseparable. Love is always there despite the distance. Self-care. Throughout this entire rocky road, this High Priestess, Earth Angel, never gave up hope. She was taking care of herself, hoping that someday it would be really great, really wonderful, something super spectacular. Let's keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. That's High Priestess energy for you. She's got somebody trying to drag her into a crazy drama, trying to press this desire to like tongue lash somebody, blah, 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 you know, like when you were 20 drinking tequila or something. Anyhow, you got somebody is fatigued, struggling, overwhelmed. Oh, martyr. So there could be a person here that is, there might be some folks getting martyred. They don't feel like they're being supported. Sunday, the song, I was playing games with my friends who came over. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee and the levee was dry. Good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Those lyrics went through my mind as I was sitting at the table here playing games with my friends. And I thought, wow. So then I thought, well, maybe somebody is getting martyred, saying bye-bye, Miss American Pie. One of those unseen people, perhaps. So it looks like this magician is stressed out real hard because they lost, and they're getting a reciprocation of what they've been doing. They've been martyring people, and now it looks like they're getting martyred. We got location. They might be spying on a location. They don't know where they're going. They're going to a hidden location. They're going to go to, maybe they're trying to find your location. Equal give and take. Failed attempt, 8 of Cups. They're disappointed. They got to find a new path. This is somebody being childish. They were unsatisfied, or they are unsatisfied with the way things are going. appearance. They're unsatisfied with the appearance, with the way this appears. We got some folks out there that are real furious. They're real upset that this high priestess is out here peaceful, loving, balanced. She is connected to source divine. These ones, they don't like her heavenly father, or as her mate too. Here in the Ten of Cups, somebody was saying in the notes last night, their father, like they're talking about God, and they're upset about his plans for the family and the way that he's moving it through this high priestess and her counterpart here. Knight of Swords. Whoa, we got a Knight of Swords here. They could be assertive. They might be getting impatient to leave. We have unfinished business. We've got academic. Still things to resolve regarding the teachings, regarding a teacher, regarding some knowledge. Six of Swords, and moving on from trauma. There's a transition. Somebody's drowning. They're going under. They're disagreeing about the, look, they're in disagreement. They wish you understood how they felt about this drama. You're leaving them behind. They're drowning without you. Like, you got the boat. So it's like you have the boat and you've got your person there with you, and you're floating on away, you're leaving. And while you're doing that, these ones are drowning because they're not in your boat. They're not in your boat. They're not in your boat. They're thinking you should understand how they feel. They're in disagreement. They think they should be able to get into your boat. They're causing a lot of drama. They think you should understand how they feel about the drama that they were divvying out to you. King of Wands is here. He's a natural leader. We've got Three of Pentacles. There is an apprenticeship, but we've got conquest, just another notch in the headboard, and sabotage. It could be that there's a King of Wands working with a team regarding those who are just another notch in the headboard kind of people, sabotaging others. We're going to have to get more clarity. Ken, for centuries ago, High Priestess probably doesn't even know who they are. It's probably all coming back to her slowly but surely. These childish magicians, they got this beautiful, peaceful, look at this, beautiful, peaceful High Priestess, Ace of Cups, Temperance. You know how when you, well, I don't know, maybe you've had this experience. When I was younger and I would get a job, right? I would work hard. Like, I would work to make sure that my work was accurate, that it was, good quality, and that it was done in a very quick span of time. And so I was really priding myself to continuously improve on my speed and on my quality and on the amount, that I could produce. And other people would get mad at me. Somebody actually pulled me aside one day and told me that I had to slow down. I was pissing people off and making them look bad, and they were getting angry at me. When all I was doing was trying to be, do my best at the job that I was hired to do, so that perhaps I could get a good review and maybe a raise or something, promotion, and pissed off everybody. Kind of like what this is. You got a High Priestess, Ace of Cups, Temperance, self-care, peace. This is a person of love, a person of high wisdom. This is a high-dimensional, very sacred being. That is love. And then you got this magician over here. and his hit it and quit it, just another notch in the headboard, party, kind of people. They did not like it. They felt dirty. They probably felt dirty in the presence of this high priestess, so they felt the need to dirty her up. They probably felt so crappy about themselves, considering what they were, their output of their soul, of their personality, their character, whatever, their life, their output, what they were bringing to the table compared to hers. They probably just felt like scum. So they decided they were just going to go put all that on her and make her disappear, and then frame her as being that. This curator was insisting that they prostituted her and that she is unworthy of this appointment that she's been given. And they were told that they prostituted her energy, that not her body. And there's a difference in that. This woman has not laid with a man or anybody for over a decade. And so her energy is very pure. And, when you're sleeping soundly, and somebody comes in while you're sleeping, it kind of draws energy off of you. How are you even supposed to? So, now when this story first started, what it was, they had shut this woman down in every way that they could think of. Blockages, wrapped to the crown, hexed and cursed it, sacrificing her all the time in the 5D over and over and over again. These guys were taking turns knifing her, draining her energy, stealing her memories, short-term memory, energetic frequency, vibratory, other kinds of manipulations, toxins, poisons. Innocent. She's innocent. She's innocent of all the things that they said that they buried her in. They buried her in their own blame and their own shame. They felt shameful in her presence. And in order to make themselves feel better, rather than do the work to make themselves feel better, they buried her under a wealth of drama and trauma and magic. She's wholesome, innocent, and they were bringing conflict to her. So now there's a message, they're getting disconnected. I heard that every nasty thing that they ever did to her will be done to them. It's time for this body to come home. Time. She's important. She's important. It could be that we've got some people with limited perceptions, perhaps an explorer, time traveler, whatever you want to call that. Who is maybe seen as somebody important with a limited perception or limited view. It could be that they're going to go in the grave soon. They might be concerned about death because of the backstory regarding the snake. The devilish things they were doing with this magic. So here and now, there is a change. So there could be some changes. You are here and now, High Priestess. You're right there and now. Yeah, there's some changes made. You're innocent. You're wholesome. They could not separate you from love. Absolutely not. That's twice. Detachment is in the reverse. They can't detach you from your innocence and your wholesomeness, your temperance, your Ace of Cups, love, your High Priestess. All of that stuff that your ancestors did to you with their nasty magic, you handled it perfectly. All you did was kept adding value to your soul. With every challenge that you overcame or endured, you just added greater capacity to who you already are. A beautiful High Priestess, Temperance Angel, with a whole big old Ace of Cups. It's full of the knowing on how to love yourself to health, take care of yourself, seeing the beauty in everything, and being peace while the storm rages around you and in you. These people are afraid because justice is happening as prophesied. It could be that you are the justice, you could be the magistrate. As prophesied, you were going to be here to judge them for all of the things, all of the nasty communications that cause strife and, horrible things in people's lives. You saw it all by experiencing it all, by burying yourself right in it, and you survived. So, and there's other people who did also. And so now we've got testimony, right? Of the wise guy being you, swapping destinies, puppeting people, driving their lives with their witchcraft. You are being forgiven. You're seen as faithful. You are here in service to others. And we've got some spirits out there that are addicted to being seen as you, as though they're peaceful. Yeah. You're optimistic and expected to take the throne. They wanted this position. They still do. They're telling each other to be patient because, once this person gets established, they're telling each other that they will flip and copycat her. So there are enemies or moles or terrorists in the territory of this high priestess, and they have plans and they're making strategies in that space while receiving services. So that could be an issue if anybody wanted to consider it. It could be a dangerous situation. You've got these sappy, sweet, with the, boy, this is the end. This is the end. Somebody is in grief because this is the end of them controlling or having access to a limitless, abundant being. They took a gamble, and you persevered and gained your freedom, and you're here in your purpose, which is calling judgment on this scenario and then bringing about a change. So that's what we got going on right now. Now, in this thing, it appears as though the majority of these folks are masculine. There's cultural differences. This person, this high priestess is an American, so there's a lot of liberty that they are upset about. They have very specific mindsets regarding the feminine and her ability to speak freely, let alone speak with any kind of authority. They already red-rummed her in a previous life because she, according to them, is sacrilegious. They have rituals. You got to pray this many times a day, and you got to do it just like this, and these are the words you have to say. Or you got to hurt yourself. You got to do whatever you got to do, right? Ritual, steady. You got to eat this on this day, eat that on that day, and don't forget about this, and you got to do it just right. But that to me sounds more like, ritual. It is. It's ritual. Repetitive ritual. Hoping for mercy because you're a sinner or whatever. I don't know. But it's a lot more than that. You got a magician here that kind of uses that stuff. These guys are really upset because this high priestess is part of the all that is. She's like part of the water. She's part of the earth, It's like it moves in her, it moves around her, it is her. And so she's pouring this beautiful temperance energy into everything. High priestess, she's here connected to all of this information. And even though It may not appear as though some of these others who haven't spent, lifetimes walking in the valley of death, somebody who hasn't been scarred or tested that way might have something disrespectful to say about the way this appears. To be given. So there's the World card. Successful endings of crazy rabbit hole drama. There's a feminine here who's feeling broken and shattered, that you are at peace. You're peaceful. You got a smile on your face. You're happy. You got good energy flowing through you. It's not nasty. The nice thing about trauma is memory of it fades pretty quickly. Especially if there's a lot of it, pretty soon it just kind of blurs, and then it just becomes what it is, and then you just kind of focus on the things that make you happy. And just let it be what it is, right? Focus on the moment. So, yeah, so you're at peace. You honor the physical vessel that enshrines your soul. You may do certain special things, and because you are at peace, because you honor the physical vessel that enshrines your soul, because you did your adaptogens, or you ate right, or you exercised, or you drank your water, whatever it was that you did to amplify your own ability to stay in a high frequency of peace and love, these people were not successful. They weren't successful. They don't know that there's no greater goal than their love. They're broken and shattered because you're peaceful, because your vessel is healthy. They were not successful because you are love. You're committed to seeing the good in all things. This is what you look for. See, there's a lot, most people in the world will see lack. They will see lack. They will be absolutely certain that whoever that is does not deserve the opportunity because they just are whatever. They're like, they're my carpet. They're my rug. I want my feet on, And that's how some people feel because there's a pecking order. And they've gotten so accustomed to being small, and petty, that they can't see this is actually about the human race, but maybe some of them are. Maybe some of them actually know that they come from a different star system and that they are a specific entity having a specific human experience. And maybe that's why they're all fighting with each other, because they're in a competition. I still don't know what that's all about. It's weird to me, because to me, it's like, like I mentioned earlier, it's about beating your own record, doing it faster, doing it better, more accurate, crisper, I heard the other day that if a certain somebody on the television, that if their dog woke up at 2 a.m., they would actually get on the phone and call their butler or whatever in the guest house and have them come up and walk the dog. I thought, that's crazy. Can't even walk your own dog. Woo, okay, so Ten of Cups reunion. Somebody is having anxiety. They're shattered here, and they don't want to chase you anymore because you found a love you can count on, and you're being congratulated. You're an empath. And you know what you cannot trust. You know that this person, you can't trust them. So you have discovered through all of these experiences that you can't trust these people. You have learned the traits, the energy, the expressions, the habitual patterns of gaslighting and love bombing, of certain narcissistic characteristics, you know, body language. You've learned a lot. And now you know, as an empath, what it is you can trust and what it is you can't trust. Super, super cool. You've just added a whole bunch more value to your high priestess sacred wisdom about worlds and planetary programs that failed. God said this was a failed experiment. So it's cleanup time. And all of you who became high priestesses or who are earth angels, suns and stars, who actually did the work to like breathe, to meditate, to do whatever it took to transmute this trauma energy they were pouring into you so that you didn't go out and blow up the world, destroy anything. If you can manage yourself, then you can manage a little extra power, because it's just been proven that you didn't go manic. You remained innocent and wholesome. You remained loving, beautiful, big old cup of love, and this beautiful temperance energy. So there's this huge gift that because you've been tested and proven over a long period of time who you chose to be. And it's really obvious who others chose to be also. You know, and that's one good thing about short-term memory, I feel, about the trauma. You know how trauma memory fades pretty quickly, is that you get the lessons, but you get to move away from the pain of it fairly quickly, although it still creeps up. So you learned how to take care of your mind, while these ones were mind effing ya. There's no real reason to list all the different ways. I'm sure you're aware of negative talk isn't always negative talk. There's a soap opera Wi-Fi thing they like to drive through the transmitter receiver of the divine as a delicate communication device, you know, between dimensional realms and all of that good stuff. How God communicates here and says, hey daughter, hey son, this is a great idea. Why don't you try that? Well, you learned how to take care of your mind because these people were messing up. So you never gave up hope on love. You never gave up hope on you. And that was one of my things, you know, when the snake was all out in the very beginning and they were trying to convince me to go be a savior and unalive myself and all of that, I was like, my life is worth fighting for too. So, I mean, even Jesus didn't unalive himself. That's suicide. So, you know, somewhere in my soul, that was a program. But yeah, in the very beginning, it's terrible what they run through the mind, this savior program that they like to hit fragile minds with, or religious minds. They love that. They want people to go give their life and their light to this thing. But you learned how to take care of your mind. Somebody's fatigued. They're struggling now. They're stressed out. They're overwhelmed. There could be some folks being martyred. We got death. In the reverse, they martyred you. You didn't stay dead. God resurrected you. God resurrected you. They're stressed out. They're struggling. Oh, the dead have risen. All of those that they martyred in the past, You know, doesn't it say that in the Bible, how the dead will rise or whatever? I think that's happened. All of those that they have martyred and sacrificed in the past are no longer dead. Oh, they're out for vengeance. Yep, this magician lost. And now they're getting reciprocation. Each and every one is coming back to reciprocate. Why would they want to go and do that? Location, sacred land. Sacred land. Hidden. So it's under the table. A destination, a property, a place. It could be a house, a room, family cottage, garden, farm, foreign country or city, an intersection or a road, a vacation spot, or a death or a birthplace. Energetic imprint. So they lost. Everything they did is coming back to them. Those they martyred, they're not dead anymore. They're not dead. And the magician lost. We got location, worry in the reverse. So they're getting what they gave. We've got location and worry in the reverse. Could be that you're at a hidden location. They're no longer able to spy on your location. You're hidden. You don't have to worry about anything. These many martyrs are not dead. They got, and a few days ago, somebody said the demons were after them, but these aren't demons. These are flames that they martyred to the dark side. And in this stupid thing here, this grand idea of hexing and cursing people you have intimate relations with. Your location is safe, maybe under the table. Nobody knows where it's at. You have nothing to worry about. They're not coming for you. We got change, courage. So they're being abandoned. They're disappointed. They got to find a new path. This is a childish person or people. They were unsatisfied with the way things were going. They were not satisfied with the way things are appearing, or with the way people saw them. Your courage is bringing a change to this. Maybe they're not satisfied by your appearance. Maybe they're not satisfied by your appearance. You mess things all up. Your courage and your inner strength brought about a change. You showed up and messed everything up. Knight of Swords. So he's either wanting to play hero or he's getting impatient with leaving. He might want to be a hero because you are leaving and he's got unfinished business about this academics, or he may just be impatient to leave because he wants to learn something. Fear. So this is somebody wanting to play hero. This is a childish somebody who's upset about you appearing. Perhaps they were upset with the way people, maybe they're upset with the way people see you. Your courage and inner strength is bringing about a change. Somebody wants to play hero. You're leaving, and they want to come in. There's unfinished business, things to resolve about this academic, about what you've learned here. They're in fear here about what you've learned. You surpassed everything. You did the impossible. You did what they thought they would not be able to do, and for certain, you wouldn't do it. You're a woman. But you did, and you surpassed a few of their records at the same time. And so now it's like they do not want you present here. They're like, he, take it as it resonates, don't know how powerful they are. And that's the thing about high priestess, high priest energy. If for them, it's not about power, right? It's about the purity. It's about the wholesomeness. It's about pouring it into life, you know, this life into love, this love into life, you know. It's about expansion. It's about upliftment. It's about elevation into the upper and upper. It's about ever and ever, more and more, wider and wider circles that go higher and higher. So you go up to wider dimensions, time slows down, life gets longer and better and, you know, more intense. But you can't fake it. So we've got Six of Swords here. You're leaving. You're transitioning away from this trauma. You're in your boat, but those who were causing drama for you are drowning. They're not in your boat. They're disagreeing, think you should understand how they feel about this drama. And you've got denial here. Denial. They're in denial. They're receiving a denial. They're upset about it. King of Wands is here. Three of Pentacles, teamwork, conquest, just another notch in the headboard, sabotage themselves, kin. Now, and we've got freedom. You are free. You are free. Now, this could be read a couple of different ways. Because it's not in the reverse, I'd like to think that this is a King of Wands, a leader with a team of apprentices, and that they are dealing with those who were of the conquest mind, this kin that sabotaged themselves and sabotaged so many others. And then we've got freedom. It's like, so they're working together to what? To be free of this scenario. To be free of it. High Priestess is here, sacredly connected, anointed, daughter divine, Earth Angel, Ace of Cups, a big old overflowing cup of love, and it's water. So we've got this beautiful water. It's balance. It's love of the higher dimensional spaces flowing into and then through and then out into the realm, right? And there's nothing nasty about it. There's nothing sexual about it. There's nothing nasty about it. This is pure, wholesome, innocent, loving, healing energy, divinely guided and sourced. Everything that they built on her energy or on his, take it as it resonates, is crumbling, but it's okay because you have the strength to build anew. So you got this new chapter. You're going to be building something new. Stuff is going to fall apart, but they could not detach you. You got to hear it twice. There's no detachment for you because they couldn't separate you from love, from the love that you have for your own life. You know, and that's funny. You know, you got people out there saying you should go save that person. You should put your life on the line for them, you know. But, you know, through this process here, I mean, I came to the conclusion that my life was valuable too, and that my life was worth standing up for and protecting. And, you know, unfortunately, I was the only one who could do that. And so these people, these invisible, you know, tyrants of the mental body, you know, the RAPs of the mental body, of the vulnerable, you give you really bad experiences. And so you got to just live through it. You got to keep this innocent and very protective thing. It's like you're worthy of protection too. And just because you've got a head full or a room full or a house full or whatever of people telling you that you are not, that you should give your life for the benefit of somebody else or something else, damn. You know, God is in you too. Why would you want to unalive the God or the goddess in you so that you could protect the one and the other? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. How are you going to do any good for anybody if you take yourself out? You know, you got really great ideas. That's why they want to trap them. So they couldn't cut you off, and they couldn't cut you out of love, and they couldn't cut you away from the divine. They can't separate you from the divine. You're innocent, you're wholesome, you're kind. You're this beautiful temperance energy. Even in the midst of tremendous amounts of adversity, you remain loving, you remain passionate, you remain kind, and you don't flaunt it. You're not out there, you know. People probably wouldn't even know. They would take one look at you and say, oh, look at that poor girl. Somebody really needs to give her some fashion advice. You know, and then they would say that she isn't who she is because look how innocent she looks, but they have no idea what a limitless, abundant being is. It's like they remain this innocence. It's like, what does that say in the Bible or whatever? Unless you become like a child, you can't get into heaven or whatever. So you got to keep your wholesome, innocent, peaceful nature. And it's not easy. In a world of the dead that are so angry all the time, doubt, you release on the need to know all the answers. You release the need to know all the answers. You don't need to know all the answers. This is what it is, symbiosis, you know, this synergy, this union. God lets people know what people need to know when they need to know it, even if they are a beautiful high priestess, temperance angel, full of love and with nothing but love to offer. There are certain things and certain circumstances where people don't need to know certain things, and that's why they're not put in the head of people, because there are technologies and other things and ways out here to get in there and get that information. So in order to protect the information, the plan, the people, the person, then it's just not given at the time. So people who say you're not one of us because you don't know this or you don't know that, there's reasons. You know, there's a lot of people in the world, and high priestesses typically don't keep secrets and hide and be sneaky. That's just not how they roll, and God knows that, so he lets them know what they need to know when they need to know it. People who claim that they know it all, you know, it's not so. So we've got honesty. You can't always expect the truth from others, but you can expect it from yourself or myself. Purpose, you know what you're here to do. It could be that you have accepted a new position. Perhaps you been accepted because of your growth and your consciousness and awareness. Maybe this is something that can't be changed. It is. Now that you've learned it, they can't take it away. Even if they were to steal your memories and block your crown or whatever, this information is embedded and imbued by your soul. Like all this information has been added to the value of your soul. And even when you're not consciously aware of the information that is living there, it is there. Because sometimes they shut you down so darn thoroughly, you don't know who you are, why life sucks so bad, why is it so terrible. Some people say, oh, it's a generational curse. Your great-great-great-great-grandpa must have done something real bad. No, he just got hexed, and the whole freaking bloodline got hexed because everybody's doing magic. People are in regret. They're in regret for messing around with a grateful, thankful being. They're guilty of envying somebody who is patiently here in on behalf of the divine. Forgiveness. Like, this high priestess, I feel, was there to guide people into this innocent, kind of moral, ethical, wholesome type of a thing, you know, love yourself, care for yourself so that you can be at peace, you know, fill your cup up with love so that you can share it with the world. I mean, all these things, you know, being patient. You know, and I think that it might have been part of her duty to actually guide people back onto the right path, whatever that even is anymore. And these fellows, these lovers of drama and just another notch in the headboard and stuff like that, they didn't like this high priestess. They, you know, in their minds, they feel like she thinks she's better than them, and that isn't the case. She's just a different caliber of being, a different species, probably having a human experience, and you know, they just think differently, act differently, connect differently, manifest differently. And some people really like every single thing to be the same. It's like severe, what is that? Obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Yeah, so they got to have everything lined up perfectly. It's got to be this way all the time. It can't be anything other than this, and this is why. And then you've got this wise woman out there, this earth angel, who's you know, she's like mostly water. She's playing with the water. She is purifying the water, filling it up with love. She's probably singing songs, bringing in the upper dimensional frequencies, and then, you know, sharing it in the atmosphere. Self-care, peace, joy, respect. Oh, these people felt like trash around here, so they trashed her and then buried her under all their crap. You think you're so good? You think you're so good? I can hear them. I can hear these childish people with magical abilities that they should never have gained access to. They probably got this intellectual property by tapping into the consciousness of people they probably weren't so nice to. I heard the divine say a little while back that not everybody could handle her energy. You know, some of these people that are of this right here, they really go through a lot. I mean, martyr, right? And I heard too that they kept coming back. So it's like they martyred her and somebody, others perhaps, but they kept reincarnating. They kept coming back. They wouldn't stay in the grave. And they're like, what the heck is going on? They won't stay in the damn grave. Well, I hope that this clarifies something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.